This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
Babadia, menti o kakra.
Sejo eno a ebetoja
na retirement.
O de yeba no so, yeba no so. Yeba wo fa so.
BBM will call retirement.
Senka pages mu e de beto so ama me sejo eno a CAF IFFHS men's team of the year 2022 eba bontin. Sejo enu ni Yasin Bono ene what the goal post, Ashraf Hakimi and then Ali Malul ene for the right and the left full backs, Romain Saiz, Khalidou Koulibaly as the main centre backs our team no, and then Sofiane Amrabat, Azzedine Ounahi, the two Moroccans, Mohamed Kudus just in front of them, and on the front attackers near Vincent Aboubakar, Sadio Mane, and then Mohamed Salah. So I have my reservations on this squad. For me, I think say Ali Malul position left full back no. I think say if Saliou Ciss of Senegal could have been part of Kainun say Kabeboa. On Bebia Mohamed Salah no. Ebia be controversial kakra. But for me, I would have picked Ismaila Sarr. Based on the fact that Ismaila Sarr was part of the victorious Senegalese team now winning AFCON for the first time ever. The AFCON course last year Cameroon. And yes, of course, keke, he was a very integral member of the squad. Obian sent me downplay the modern boy Ismaila Sarr of fast Senegal team no edisi na betisu during the absence of Sadio Mane the recently held World Cup course Qatar. Ebia Mohamed Salah, yes, on your opportunity reach the finals of the AFCON, but when Timianji Senegalese team Nigeria, you can say yes, he was part of the Liverpool team now, a play in the finals of the European UEFA Champions League, no, but unfortunately they lost against Real Madrid. For Sadio Mane, I will pick him on that position based on the fact that he was part of the Senegalese team now, winning the AFCON, and he decided both the final and the qualifiers of the World Cup. He decided. It was unfortunate say World Cup no die injury na fam ama wantimi anko sia kan Senegal. For Vincent Aboubakar, I think say he's spot on. Say you modern ball done during the AFCON. He won the goal king with 8 goals, and even the World Cup course Qatar. Among African players share goals no Yusuf Eneseri and then Mohamed Kudus. These are the players who have scored more than 1 goal at the World Cup. Vincent Aboubakar scored in that 3-3 draw against Serbia, and he scored the only goal in that game against Brazil when the Cameroonians won 1-0 against Brazil. Mohamed Kudus in that 2 goals. Share South Korea 3-2. Yusuf Eneseri also scored during the 3rd group game against Canada and the all-important game in that quarterfinals. Utiminya the only goal Aima Poroku share Portugal. Etimi reached the semi-finals for the first time in African setup. So for me, I think say the squad these are the positions for me. Senkami menya kwanya. I think say Mohamed Salah on coming Ismaila Sarr and then left fullback na Ali Malul. For me, he hasn't pulled that much. Because the Nadi Alali team couldn't even win the Premier League. And apart from that, they came third for the first time in about 30 years. And unfortunately for him also, he was part of the Al Ahly team that couldn't win the CAF Champions League when they lost against WAC of Morocco. So for me, I think say Alil Malou position and I mean reservations kakra. And Mohamed Salah for me, I would have put Ismaila Sarr or that position. But apart from that, squad na Edia Banedie, Sergio absolutely spot on from the IFFHS contingent or that squad no men's team of the year. Sergio Enwa Eric Ten Hag Kasimbi kakra. And now Oheli ni technical team based on modern more than he said he couldn't hide his praise for Benny McCarthy. Or see Benny McCarthy I is so influential the team na or building. Who's it? Who are more technical team now? Michel van der Gaag, who are the likes of McLaren, Steve McLaren, Craig Mawson, Richard Hartis, and Benny McCarthy one of the latest guys I the technical team no. And Omo appointing as the first coach for the strikers. And said you have modern boy impactor Benny McCarthy about the Man United team no. How Marcus Rashford has all of a sudden rediscovered the form. And even Anthony Martial now on and off now he's coming back. Bruno Fernandes, all the guys are doing so well. And to the extent of saying, say, Benny McCarthy is a person who has gathered a lot of experience within the EPL because Wabeboama Black Bender and Wabeboama West Hamda. Or retire, or a part of that 2004 victorious FC Porto squad that winning the UEFA Champions League under Jose Mourinho. So, or hailing the impactor. What the Ababe war our Manchester United team no, and that's what Harry Ten Hag said when he had some discussions with some of the Man United fans. You know, he couldn't hide his praise for Benny McCarthy. Said you any CHAN tournament, you know, the group stages, you know, always as a take shape because Algeria after winning the first game, which was the opening ceremony game at Moshel, Libya, no, and it was a very difficult game there. But you have to credit the Ethiopian goalkeeper. He did some marvelous saves to keep the Ethiopians in the game. All of a sudden, they had a last-minute opportunity. So, but Abdul Ayman Mahios, you shared them opening goal of that tournament in that game against Libya, and the man on the score sheet for the Algerians, and they had that all important 3 points. See, more cost 6 points. Virtually, they are into the next stage of the competition. And for the other game, I did kind of so it was 4 o'clock. Niana John Pesa, a co-commentator, Mozambique and then Libya. It was a very good game. The Libyans were spreading the backline of the Mozambicans. One number 13 JC Munir said, "Yo, munya bona no more spready." And through that, Mozambique for no cause CD and Ongu through Chiku, but they were able to come back strongly. Said Joe, and all the goals I Bama Mozambique after all the guys were substitutes. Nene, Melke, and then Laukin. Omunyine free bench and a buy, and they became the game changers for the Mozambican team under Chiquito Kondi, and they were able to have that 3-1 lead no before say last minute 90 minutes yeah the 3 minutes account Emma Libya enya go back account. So the Mozambicans are now having 4 points because they drew in the first game, the group game now against Ethiopia, and Omonia 3-2 win against Libya. So we group A now Algeria is now having 6 points, Mozambique 4, and then you have Ethiopia over 1, and Osawa Libya and so over 1 point. So you be caught into the last game of the group A no, but in the group B no so twaso. Senegal after winning against Ivory Coast 1-0 no, they are coming against Uganda, and the Senegalese team is also one of the guys. They have some good guys within the Generation Foot Academy now. Omo building. Who are the likes of Lamine Kamara Mo, Sheikh Mo, who are the likes of Malik Mbaye. These guys are doing so well. It was a game they could have won at least around 3 in that game against Ivory Coast, but that one and Timianko, so it ended only 1-0. So they are coming face to face with the Uganda national team. Milutin Sredovic is the coach on the touchline for the Ugandans. Who are the likes of Milton Karisa Mo, the likes of Moses Weissman. But so for the Senegalese, after watching them, I think say they will have the edge against the Ugandan team. For Ivory Coast and DR Congo, me acquire DR Congo against Uganda. Say they weren't impressive for me because this is the team. Woka Morocco awajiminu DR Congo so also a tradition ever competition because also ajiminu. Okay. The maiden edition in 2009 and the one in 2016 Rwanda. And we have various players on Mabo even in some of the recent tournaments, who were just Saman Peku, Enesita, who had all the other guys, the experience one more within the competition, but Sejo, they flattered and they deceived me in that game against Uganda. But and then against Ivory Coast lost in their first game. Where the likes of Sinayo Kumo and the likes of all the other guys, Obeka, ACL, Obeka Abduraziz, and then Adraman Kante went to finding that rhythm to beat the Senegalese. But so they have the game on the line. As I say, Ivory Coast, it means at least a point today because someone Timia and now lose against DR Congo. What it means that they could be saying goodbye to the competition because they've lost in their first game against Senegal. So for me, based on the fact that the Democratic Republic of Congo, who team na Jean-Marc Makusu Mundele Munina Akoninam Orlando Paris Mwababak. So these are the guys that they are going to be relying upon on their experience. For that one, I might possibly go in for a draw. If a win is going to come, Ebiame de Bema DR Congo. And Sergio, unfortunately, defending champion, Australian Open, has to say goodbye. Sergio, where early exit a Bamano since Obeka 2016. Australian Open Wabra lose against the fellow Spaniard Fernando Verdasco. But they do no crano a call 5 sets. But then on the 3 sets in straight setting in our lose. But onya a hip injury.
Okay.
So he called for a timeout during the second set.
Okay.
After say down 6-4 by his first set, or call for a timeout. So Nana Junior so bet me at so. Or twice now as a Juan Tintam. The American international McDonald McKinsey took the opportunity to beat the defending champion. So Rafael Nadal has said goodbye to the into uncle prepare for the Roland Garros because that's when baby if he was well up in mienu pen who say Rafael Nadal is no good when it comes to blue hard court onyadie even though wajibida but oba so Australian Open US Open a tournament and a Grand Slam or struggle pa even oba winning or struggle the favorite court acquire the cleaner a quarter course the French Open uncle prepare for the French Open. Felix Auger-Aliassime said almost confirmed by 2 sets. Alex against Alex Morkan, that Slovakian international, but he was able to come back strongly and won the 3rd set won the 4th and the 5th set and said it's so unfortunate Rafael Nadal I say goodbye but Novak still Novak probably so no when it comes to and he were winning 9 Grand Slams when it comes to the Australian Open probably and no be afford Novak opportunity to win his 10th Australian Open this year.
Okay. Minya is Coco Golf. Etra Emerald Kano.
Maybe no leading.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
And no Jaben so yes. And also Jaben Ekon against Tamara Zidane.
Okay.
Who's no early part of the yesterday.
6-3-7-6. And the Coco Golf. We Emerald Kano film into also call the next round of the competition. Our level here. Nafi